That's what hyperspace is. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And so these symbols here on their head, what are they talking about? You have red with a circle there. We talked about a little bit about the circle. You have the triangle pointing down, bringing something down. And they talk gibberish. Some type of alien fucking language on TV, right in your face, right in your face.
That's right.
Teletubbies. And that's why the real invasion is not coming from some motherfuckers on a spaceship on the Washington lawn or down on the street or like that. That's going to be some fake shit. The real alien invasion takes place in hyperspace. And that technology was discovered at Montauk, where they have something called the Montauk chair, which they have something called a delta T antenna, which is a triangle pointing up like that and one pointing down. And that delta T antenna is alien technology. That's what Nikola Tesla said. That's what John F. Kennedy said. I mean, everybody talking about aliens being killed. Dr. York is in jail for talking about that shit. Alien technology. Now, why come through hyperspace? Because hyperspace does not deal with time. Doesn't have any time with it. When you're dealing with hyperspace, when you leave your physical body, when you go to sleep, you go to hyperspace, and the hyperspace is pure energy and thought. And that energy is represented in symbols, archetypes. You take those symbols and bring them back with you when you wake up. And your left brain, which is logical, does not understand the symbols. And says, look, something's got to happen here. I don't understand this shit. So the pineal gland takes that energy, those symbols from hyperspace, and turns them into pictures. And then strings the pictures along like a movie so that you can understand what the hell is going on. So symbols become actual pictograms in the brain, and this is what's called a dream. That's what it's called. The hyperspace levels can be tapped in through your dreams using alien technology, and that's what the delta T does to time travel. They discovered that hyperspace is only energy, and when you go there, you could they have what's called psychic spies. People with heightened psychic ability with less amount of emotional issues, so they're able to cut through their aura with their psychic energies because they have a least amount of emotional issues. So that means that at Montauk it was children. Because the older you get, the more issues you take on. So they took children and used them as psychic spies. And by the way, this is where you get all the fucking astrological shit in the newspaper. Taurus, today, this is going to be your day, this is so and so and so. That's all coming out of Montauk. All of it. That astrology shit is fake. The newspaper stuff. We're not talking about the Moorish science, we're not talking about mapping the stars. We're talking about the shit you're reading in the paper. Have you ever been to space to see if the star is fucking there? You don't know. Psychic spies. And so what they did is they sit these children down in this huge 300-foot delta T antenna inside this chair, which is, by the way, also where you get, when you go for a job and you get a fucking polygraph. Yeah. That's a Montauk chair. That's because it reads your thoughts and emotions. Mm-hmm. That's what it does.
Polygraph?
Polygraph. That's how they know you're telling the truth. They read you. Okay. That's a Montauk chair. That's a smaller version of it to show you how it works. And so what they do is they give you, through the psychic spies, they give you the thoughts to think. And this is what happened in Katrina. When you see the big women all fat and stuff like that, they got to carry them. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on, but they use psychic spies there to time travel. And they also time travel at the World Trade Center. I have an actual footage, a white guy took footage of the building falling down this way onto the city, and then all of a sudden changed and started coming down this way. So they're using time travel heavily. So they are able to go into your thoughts with this delta T antenna Montauk chair. Because your thoughts and your DNA have all the history of the planet in it. Every animal, every plant, everything that was ever on this planet is in your DNA. So they tap into your thoughts through your DNA through this delta T antenna and ride the frequencies to whatever time period they want to go to. That's how it's done at Montauk. We're talking about the biggest fucking worldwide, worst shit that ever happened on this planet happened right here in New York, out in Long Island. So these are the Teletubbies. They are sending alien transmissions through your television set. It doesn't have to be electronic. It doesn't have to be something that you press a button. It's archetypes and colors. They don't look like humans. What the fuck are they doing on TV?
Right. We got a lot of our kids watching that.
Yeah, I stopped my kids from watching that shit a long time ago.
They're also doing experimentation with alien reptilian genetics.
Oh,
They're also doing with reptilian genetics what's called brainstem scarring. Brainstem scarring. Scarring the brain, the reptilian brain. The reptilian brain is the most important part of who you are. It's the core of who you are. Not the gray matter up here, that's elaborating. Look at the brain, it's nothing but a maze. It's a trap. It took over for the reptilian brain. And when you scar the reptilian brain, it makes you more active, more smarter than who you normally are. You have a reptilian brain because you have reptilian DNA in you, in your genetics. As I said before, you have every animal genetics on this planet in your DNA. And every animal exists only because you project them out in your thoughts. Every animal projects out another animal. It's an evolutionary scale. If humans don't exist, the animals don't exist. Plants don't exist. And plants are become insects as they evolve. Insects become mammals or amphibians, and so on and so on and so on. But you have all of that DNA. Ask Dr. Ann Brown or any doctor, they'll tell you to go through all those stages right in the womb. You see? And you project those thoughts out as a group mind pattern. You project these things out and say you agree with those thoughts that linger around that that's a dog. And those cats and dogs in time will be humans. Why is that? It's just like if you go get a cat or a dog and you keep that cat and dog in your house, you will project out thoughts that it will get. They take on your thoughts. They start to emulate you. You can't even put them back with the other cats and dogs in the wild. You can no longer do that with a household pet. So they take on your thoughts and they become a humanized pet. They understand what you say. They feel you. When you're happy, sad, they know. And you can no longer put them back in the wild because they're smarter than the animals in the wild. And when they reincarnate, they cannot take on that animal body anymore. They have to come into the human realm because they have human thoughts.